Get your pen and paper, get your notes app, get your, what do you use? Trello, your Notion, whatever you type in your notes in. I need my man Mitch Casey to drop some jewels on us. So the next question is, who are some under the radar players you believe could have sleeper value in the upcoming NBA season, and why?
All right, I've got a few names here. I've got a few names at different spots of the draft. If anyone's followed anything that I've talked about, you probably know that I'm high on this guy. And the first guy I'm going to talk about is Evan Mobley. I'm a big fan of Evan Mobley. He was number 3 pick 2 seasons ago. And last year, he was set to have a breakout, but Donovan Mitchell came over and he got better, but not by a whole lot. His amount of shots he took was the exact same as his rookie season. He also played predominantly at power forward. And in the playoffs for the Cavs, they struggled a bit and had an early exit loss in the first round. And a lot of the heat came on to a player like Jarrett Allen. And a lot of the time they were struggling with their offense. And so they've gone out and acquired a key player by the name of George Niang. And I actually think that that's a very underrated signing for them, who he could play a bit more at the 4 and space the floor for them, moving Evan Mobley a bit more to play at center. So I think if Mobley plays more at center, he's going to see an increase in his rebounds. He's going to see an increase in his blocks and field goal percentage. There's also talk about him doing more playmaking for this team as well. And if he's going to put up any more shots than he did his rookie season and second season, you could see this guy, go really, really high. He's got really high ceiling, into my opinion. I think he actually has a very small potential to be a first-round player this season. Probably not likely, but it's, if we're going to talk about the Shea of this year, who was drafted in the 40s, and ended up putting out first-round value, I think this could be the guy. So he's at 42 on Yahoo and often gets drafted at those sort of spots. So, he's my guy there. Next guy here, I've got Jordan Poole. Again, another my guy for this season. I think he's going to the Wizards. I think he's going to get all the shots he can handle, basically, this season. His biggest thing for him, though, is the free throw percentage and the amount of times he actually gets to the free throw line. So I think he's going to be really, really good. His field goals is going to suck, but if you either punt that category or you're in a points league and don't worry about that sort of a thing, or you can draft some bigs later where they are available, I still think he's going to give you lots of value in points, threes, assists, and free throw percentage. And then a couple more underrated guys that maybe aren't getting as much talked about this season. I've got Jakob Poeltl. He's a guy that's criminally underrated every season, in my opinion. He, on Yahoo, was ranked 79th. I think was top 50 once he moved to Toronto last season. Gives you blocks, rebounds, field goal percentage, gives you some good assists from a center position as well. I think his minutes will be higher than they were in the San Antonio system. He showed that when he moved to Toronto last year. Really love him. John Collins is the next guy here. He's ranked at 100. This guy was top 50 2 seasons ago, and he's only 26 years old. He had, I think, some finger injuries last season, which left his shooting numbers well down. He's, like I said, he's been top 20 before. He's been top 50 very recently. So just like Larry Markkinen, who had a bounce back season when he went to Utah, I think Collins maybe doesn't quite have that level of upside, but definitely can improve on what he did in the last season. And then my last guy, and I promise there's no Aussie bias here because I actually don't like the guy, but Ben Simmons is my last guy. He's ranked at 146 on Yahoo. So you're literally taking him with your last pick. And if he is going to be the starting point guard, like there is a little chatter about, then he's going to give you amazing rebounds, assists, steals, and field goal percentage. Good blocks from a guard as well. He won't score. He'll hit 0 threes, but at the last round or two of the draft, you don't really care about that. And I think he could be very big this season. So they're my 5 that I prepared for the show. Any of them jump out to you?
I mean, I really like that you said Ben Simmons. I think that he gets so much negative press, you know what I'm saying? Over the last few years, he's pretty much just been like a lump of coal, right? But where we're getting him, like back in a few years ago, like he was an early round guy, and he does it all. You know what I'm saying? Scoring, rebounding, assists, even defense. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I really love that you mentioned him. Evan Mobley is another one that I really like. I think I saw your breakout players, and you talked about him, and it's somebody I was thinking about, but because people are so quiet about him, I think he's going to fall under the radar. And I pray he has a big leap because I really love his game, especially in dynasty formats. I really have a lot of Mobley stock.
He was a fun fact. He's the youngest player to make an all defensive team since Kobe Bryant. The only person to do it, I think, in his second season. So he was incredible last year. And yeah, I think he's still underrated because I think he's just one of those all-time talents. And Cleveland, they're going to need him. He's the future of that franchise. So he's going to take a step forward, I think.